Cheers, good morning vinyl community. I got a little update video here of some kind of unique finds that are, kind of cult classics, essentials in any vinyl collection. And I've been lucky to pick these up over the last few weeks. So let me get right into it. So the first one I have here is Pink Floyd's Atom Heart Mother. This is their October 2nd, 1970 release. This is an Aussie version on Harvest Records, which is pretty cool. A little vinyl here. So for me, this is the start of their next era, right? When they did the 3 albums leading up to Dark Side of the Moon. So starting with Atom Heart Mother, going on to Metal, and then Obscured by Clouds. I think those 3 albums sort of got us to Dark Side of the Moon. I think this is a great album. I love it. The side 1, the sort of mini Atom Heart Mother, sort of the whole side. And I love Alan's Psychedelic Breakfast, which is the closing song on side 2. But just really funky, cool stuff. If you haven't heard this is definitely worthwhile picking up. So yeah, there's that. And then we have another classic. This is Television, Marquee Moon. I didn't know a lot about this. I mean, obviously I've heard about it. I did have a download on my iPhone and would just sort of like shuffle through, but I've never really listened to the album all the way through. This is a Canadian pressing on Elektra in really nice shape. Whoa, almost touched the vinyl. And this is like sort of the album that maybe, if you like, invented indie rock, right? When did this come out? In 1977. I guess the little I know about Television, where they were Tom Valaire, singer-leader, and they were a really popular live act in and around New York. And I guess quite a few record labels were trying to get them signed, and they got, I guess, Elektra signed them. And side 1 is just amazing all the way through. See No Evil, Venus, Friction, and the title track Marquee Moon. There's only 8 songs on the whole album, but I think side 1 just plays amazingly well. So Television, excited to have that. Now this is an artist that I really like, but I'm not a country fan at all. But I thought I gotta get my Dylan collection going. So this is Nashville Skyline. This was 1969. This is on Columbia, the red label. So not an original, I think this is a 1970 reissue. Of course, this has the iconic Lay Lady Lay. This is in really nice condition. I mean, it is a reissue, but it's in beautiful shape. I guess this was recorded. I guess Dylan went to Nashville and recorded with the Nashville A-Team, which were the famous Nashville session musicians that pretty much played on everything. I think Ray Carter Jr. was the guitar player, and he played on, really famous for Simon and Garfunkel's The Boxer. And Charlie Daniels played bass. And I don't know a ton about it. And I've listened to it once, and it's totally interesting. I guess the band was Norman Blake, Pete Drake, Charlie Daniels, and then of course the opening track is a song with Johnny Cash. So that's Dylan's Nashville Skyline. And then this is one I totally know about. I just didn't have it on vinyl. This is ELO's Out of the Blue. I know this has been talked about a lot recently. But this is, what was this, 77? This is the Canadian gatefold. Again, in really nice shape. The only thing it doesn't have the cardboard spaceship in it. Yeah, I'm not going to get that. And yeah, with the iconic album, of course, this has the hits, Turn to Stone, Sweet Talkin' Woman, Mr. Blue Sky, Wild West Hero. Yeah, I mean, sort of the iconic Jeff Lynne ELO album. I guess he sort of got on a roll and wrote the whole album in like 4 weeks or something like that, I read somewhere. So yeah, that's just a great one to have. This is one I've heard about online in different chats. I don't know anything about them. I just saw this and I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. This is Caravan, Waterloo Lily. I guess famous for this, what they call the Canterbury scene, which was sort of like a prog rock sort of movement in England in the 70s. This was 1972. I love the gatefold. That's just classic. And yeah, I know this is a famous painting as well. I know I've seen that in the National Gallery or something. Yeah, so it's like this jazzy prog rock. I've only listened to it once, and yeah, it's kind of interesting. And yeah, but that's Caravan, Waterloo Lily. And now we have what's playing actually right now. Again, someone I've heard of. I tried to listen to Trout Mask Replica and didn't have a lot of success. And I bought this on a whim, and this is Captain Beefheart and his magic band, Safe as Milk. This is amazing. I can't stop listening to this album. It's totally a great album. Totally different from the Trout Mask Replica. This came out in, when did this come out? In 1970. And it features a 20-year-old Ry Cooder. And just, yeah, his guitar playing and slide guitar is amazing. Yeah, it's a really great album. It's got so many different styles on it. I love Electricity. I don't think this goes in order, so I'm not sure. I'm Glad, Yellow Brick Road. I don't know the album enough to know all the songs, but I know the last two songs on side one. One's kind of like this Motown slow song. Amazing. Can't say enough about this. Super excited about this album and super surprised by it and just fantastic. That's Captain Beefheart and his magic band, Safe as Milk. And this is another one that I didn't really know too much about. I know that Lemmy played bass for them for a while, but unfortunately this is the album before Lemmy joined. So this is Hawkwind. I'm not sure if it's 10 in Search of Space or X in Search of Space. This is kind of a cool album. So this came out in 1971. This is a 1972 reissue. And I love the how it opens. Very cool. I don't know too much about this, other than Master of the Universe, I think is the song that's kind of, I don't think they had a hit, but sort of the album sort of highlight. Very, very cool though. Just a neat bit of rock art on that. So yeah, that's Hawkwind. And then this was just a pickup that I actually didn't have this. This is Bowie's Aladdin Sane. This is his follow-up to Ziggy Stardust and the Spiders from Mars. This is a Canadian pressing on Victor RCA, the brown label, in just beautiful condition. Just fantastic. This is also the gatefold. You know, the iconic Aladdin Sane cover. They say it's the Mona Lisa of album covers. And then just a great glam rock shot on the inside. Just in really nice shape. There's a little sticker here. I might try and hit that with a blow dryer to see if I can get it off. And yeah, I mean, this didn't have the hits as Ziggy Stardust, but this is a really good album. He calls this his American Ziggy. And, you know, the title track, Aladdin Sane, I love. Drive-In Saturday. The Prettiest Star is a lovely ballad. The Jean Genie was obviously the big hit on the album, but I really honestly like the whole album. I think it's a great album. It's just iconic Bowie. This is, yeah, 1973. Yeah, Bowie. Aladdin Sane. So those were all the originals or close to or early reissues that I found, basically used records. And then there was 3 albums I've been wanting to get that you just can't afford to buy them used. They're worth hundreds of dollars, some of them. So and I didn't really know a lot about them either. So it's kind of been, again, just expanding and learning a bit more about different music. And the first one is Can. This is a new reissue. The original album came out in '71. This was the sort of krautrock, if you like. I don't know a ton about it. I've listened to side 1 and side 2. Side 2 is one song, Hallelujah. It's phenomenal. The drummer of this band is got to be rated one of the top drummers in music. And side 1 really good too. I think Mushroom, the middle song. I was reading that side 3 and 4 are done sort of as a jam. Just really nice inserts there. Yeah, so that's Tago Mago by Can. German krautrock from the 71. And then the next one that I never have had much knowledge about that I also just picked up. This is a Rhino vinyl reissue. This is Love, Forever Changes. And I guess this is originally was released in 1969. No, 67, pardon me. 67, sort of out of that sort of LA hippie era. This, is, of course, is Arthur Lee. I guess this would have been on Elektra originally. Great cover. I'm assuming that's supposed to be Africa. Yeah, and then I guess Alone Again Or was sort of the main big single off of this. But yeah, really great album. It's listed as one of the must-have albums, and yeah, one of the greatest albums of all time. Yeah, even though I don't know much about it, but yeah, that's Love Forever Changes. And the last one, something I've wanted to get for a long time, is Big Star, number one record, pardon me. Big Star, this was released in 72, and of course this is a reissue. I think there was only 10,000 originals made, and yeah, this is on Ardent Records. Just a really nice, simple redo. Yeah, totally intrigued by these guys. This is Chris Bell and Alec Chilton. They were sort of like, they had dreams of becoming an American Lennon-McCartney songwriting team. And yeah, this was, I guess, their debut album, and yeah, it's a great album. Just so good all the way through. I think there's, is it 13 and Don't Lie to Me are fantastic tracks, both on side one. But yeah, that's Big Star. So yeah, those were, I think, all really almost essential albums to have. Some really great new discoveries. Thanks for other people that have mentioned these on the vinyl community. And yeah, happy Labor Day to everybody. Cheers.